What's good, gamers? Welcome to today's video. Today we'll be answering the age-old question: what is the best pie you can get from the supermarket? So I've got a few different brands here. I tried to go steak and pepper for as many of them as I could because that is my favorite type of pie. And these are all the ones I got from Countdown. I am missing one of them, which is like the Mecca 2 or something like that. So basically we're just going to get into trying it all. We're going to tier list it and we're going to figure out which pie is the best. We're going to be putting all the pies in the oven to set our baseline, and I think we all know that an oven pie beats a microwave pie any day of the week, so it's the best way to do this comparison. Right guys, well we're starting off with a Dad's pie, steak and pepper. Let's give it a go. Oh no, hey. I was about to say that this has like little to no flavour whatsoever, which is going to be a true fact, but the peppery kick did kind of hit in the end. And their pastry's not bad, because I would say pastry is 70% of what makes a pie good, because the filling can't be the be all end all. The pastry is, yeah, the most important part of a pie. It's crispy, but then the bottom stuff is soft. Pretty good in terms of like a supermarket pie pastry. Like, that's probably the best way to put it. The gravy's not bad. It does lack flavour though, because really all I am getting is like a little bit of pepper. It's not even a lot of pepper, it's a little bit of fucking pepper. But like, as a supermarket pie, this is pretty fucking good, really. But I'd say at the moment, we'd give it a B tier. I think B tier is fair, but I think this could move up. It could move up to an A. I don't think it's going to be our number one. And then we have a Fanta Light, bruv.
Bruv, I need a Fanta Light, bruv.
And here we have the Big Ben steak, double cheese. Try and look past the cheese. We're looking at the pastry. The pastry looks all right, really. Like, it looks like it's crisped up quite nicely. It's not very puffy, though. The pastry's not good. It's really not good. And then the pie itself lacks flavour, dude. Like the filling. And I think to say that's a steak and double cheese, when that is the biggest chunk of steak that I've seen in this fucking pie, that's the fucking biggest it gets. This is a mince and cheese pie, dude. Don't joke with me and say it's steak. That is a D tier pie. If I've ever eaten one in my life, that's fucking D tier. I didn't expect much from Big Ben anyway. I've never been a Big Ben fan. Right, now we're on to Pavilion pie. This is probably one pie I actually haven't tasted before, so it'll be interesting. The pastry looks a bit basic. It's a bit thin, just off of first looks. We'll see how we go. Okay, the pastry's very hard, very crispy, and on there it says it's like a flaky pastry, but what? We've taken 2 bites. That's the plate. Flaky, I don't know. Is that a claim you should have? The filling's not bad though. I like the filling. But then you can see that the stuff, like the pastry on the inside, has gotten real fucking soggy. So it's not making a nice texture in my mouth. But yeah, that gravy with the mince is nice. But then it's like, just put that in the sandwich for me, eh? Because the pastry is just not it. It's not the worst. It's better than... Oh, is it better than Big Ben? I think it is, because it doesn't have that doughy flavour that I really don't like in a pie. But the pastry's not better than Dad's, nor is... I think the filling is better than Dad's pies. But pastry, 70% of a pie. I think this gets a C. It gets a C tier. It's pretty good. It's not a bad fucking pie. And here we have the Herbert Adams. So this is meant to be like a real gourmet pie. The top looks good, dude, I'm not gonna lie. So let's rip into this and see what it's like. Oh, I just don't know. The pastry's a little bit too crispy for my liking. The filling's fucking not bad though, actually, which is surprising. I've had a Herbert Adams pie before. Not this flavour though, it was a different flavour and it was not very good. Like, the gravy's nice. It's hard because I don't really know where to put this one, because it's like definitely a B or above. That's one thing I know for certain. It is a B or above. Is it better than Dad's pies? The pepperiness is probably the same level, but the gravy in this one is much more savoury. It's quite a bit nicer. So the gravy actually adds to the flavour as well. But the pastry's not as good, but not by much. Yep, nah. Honestly, for a supermarket pie, that's an A. That's an A tier pie. That's the best one I've had thus far. If you live in the Dunedin region, please drop in the comments below your 5 favourite pies from the area, and I'll be tasting them in a new series, so let me know down below. Right, gamers, we just got back with an order from New World. We got a few different fucking brands of pies here. So there we go. The new order in, that is now all of the pies we're going to be tasting for this video. So let's get back to tasting. Right, so we're getting into a territory I don't love today. The square pie. Has anyone ever, like, in history, had a square pie that tastes good? I don't think I've ever had a square pie that tastes good. And both of them today are square, so it'll be interesting. But we got a Pam's steak and cheese, I want to say. I think it's a steak and cheese. I'm not looking forward to it. And then I've got another 3 of these I'm going to have to eat at some point, but all I can fucking taste is pastry, dude. And not good pastry. It tastes more doughy than Big Ben's. It was not like I expected the Pam's pie to be the best pie. And even like, I tasted the filling that time. It's alright, but this thing needs something. And this is not going to add to the score. Don't worry about that. I would honestly say, well, we put Big Ben in a D tier. It's edible, so I can't give it F. At a pinch, I would still eat it. I wouldn't choose it, but I'd still eat it. So I'd say it'd be a D tier, but lower on the D tier scale than Big Ben. But I got something that's gonna take it to an A tier. We got some Sweet Baby Ray's, baby. That's how I'm getting through the rest of this one. The cheat to enjoying a shit pie is sauce, dude. Right, now we got a Westie pie. Never seen these before, never tasted them, but look at the top of the pastry. It actually looks pretty good, but it's square. And I think we all know about square pies. I'm not sure about this one, dude. There's just nothing going on. I don't know what to say. There's nothing going on with the pastry. It's not that enjoyable. Not as flaky as it sort of looks on the top. And the filling is just saying nothing. If you find a good square pie, let me know where to go to find it. Because I think every time you pick up a pie that's square, it is shit. And this proves my point. I would never pick this pie, even in a pinch. Because this without sauce is nothing. The Sweet Baby Ray's saves it. Or saves me. F. If it wasn't clear already, that is an F. Right, another 2 pies. We have the Baker's Sons steak, pepper and cheese pie. I think I've had one of these before. I'm not sure they were great. The pastry's a bit blonde. Like the top looks alright, but like the pastry looks a bit blonde maybe. I don't know. We'll give it a go. We'll see what we think. We've got the doughy pastry again. That's your chunk size for your steak. Not terrible and quite tender. Good gravy. No pepper. I think like the reason they call it a pepper pie is just these little bits they've chucked on top. I really hate when pie companies do that. It's like put the pepper in the pie. Yeah, but the gravy is actually like got quite a nice savoury flavour to it. As easy as this. This is a C tier pie. Above the Pavilion, I don't think it's as good as a Dad's pie, but it is a pretty good pie. It's not bad. Just the water for the cleanser today. Now we got a Jimmy's. The amount of these that I've eaten in my lifetime, I would hate to know the exact number because it would be a lot. This is like my go-to, like currently, this is without having tasted everything else, this is my go-to supermarket pie, but it's also a go-to if I just go to a dairy. If they have a Jimmy's pie there, I normally munch into it. Sometimes they're not great, but that's because cunts be putting it in the microwave. But right, let's get into this one. As I've said many a times in this thing, 70% of a pie is a pastry. These guys do the best fucking pastry in the supermarket game. Like, you can't deny that. It's buttery. It doesn't taste doughy, it tastes buttery, it's crispy, it's flaky, it's everything I want from a fucking pie. The bottom is like nice and soft too, which I like, a soft pastry for the bottom. I will be honest though, when we're talking gravy flavour, I don't think it's the best gravy flavour we've had over this time. I think Herbert Adams actually takes the win for the gravy flavour so far. 70% of a pie, this is the best pastry by far. So I think in terms of a supermarket pie, just realise if we were talking bakery pies, I wouldn't be giving it an S, but I am giving it an S tier in regards to a supermarket pie. I'd also like to make an amendment today. I think I'm going to move Big Ben up to the bottom of C tier, because I think having it on the same level as a Pam's pie is not okay. I feel bad about that. Right, so we got a Mecca 2 pie. Looks pretty good. Got the nice flaky pastry on top. Let's give it a go. This is steak and cheese. The pastry's good, not doughy, not as good as Jimmy's, but the filling's better than a Jimmy's, I reckon. Yeah, gravy's tasty. This is probably the second best pastry I've had thus far over eating all the pies. So I think I'd give that an A tier, and a top of A tier. That's fucking, because that pastry's better than the Herbert Adams. The filling isn't as good, but it's fucking just about there. So yeah, A tier. Right, now we got a 4 and 20. I don't think I've ever actually had these ones before either. It looks alright. Doughy. The pastry is super fucking doughy. The filling essentially has no fucking flavour whatsoever. It is a mince and cheese. It's better than Pam's, that's for certain. And I'd say it's on par with Big Ben, so that would be bottom of C tier. Yeah, pastry's doughy, there's almost no flavour. But yeah, it's better than a square pie. And it's one of those ones where shit just fucking flies out of it too. Now for our last pie, we have a Kai pie. Look at the top of it. It fucking actually looks really quite nice. I've had heaps of these, but most of them I've had, I think, are from the microwave, because you got that, that soggy microwave pastry type dealio. So having it out of the oven might make it a completely different experience. Pastry's not bad. It's not doughy, a little bit buttery, not super. One thing with Kai pies, I've never been a fan of their gravy, and that still holds true today. It's a little bit even like too overpowering. There's too much flavour going on in there. This is actually, to be fair, this is probably the third best pastry. The filling drops it down a few, I reckon. I would say we'd put this at the bottom of A tier. I think that's a good position for this one. Right, gamers? Now we have the extensive list of the best supermarket pies. The winner, without a doubt, Jimmy's. I knew this was going to happen anyway. Anyone that knows me probably knew that was going to happen anyway. But the surprise of the video was the Mecca 2 pies, bro. Like, honestly, solid pastry, solid filling. But yeah, I'd say the best filling award goes to Herbert Adams. I think they definitely had the best filling. And then the top 3 pastries are your Jimmy's, Mecca 2, and Kai pie. And just stay away from Westie pies, whatever you fucking do. That was abysmal. Hashtag fuck square pies, get it trending. But yeah, if you liked this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Also, let me know if you agree with me or disagree with me down in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.